Yo, everybody. Barry D here, waiting for my buddy Tommy T. Old Men in Sweats. We're going to go live. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints. Who dat? Who dat nation? Hashtag who dat nation. So I'm going to do the particulars now until my buddy Tommy T comes here. I think he may be on the toilet. I heard like yesterday he wasn't feeling that well. He had some bad seafood. I don't know if it was a New Orleans seafood dish, but anyway, I'm gonna do the particulars here right now, and you know, and I'm gonna like say Tommy T, but he's somewhere soon. I'm sure he's gonna get off the toilet anytime soon. So I'm Barry D here, and my buddy Tommy T, who's in the toilet, and this is our program. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to do the slate. 3, 2, 1. This program is brought to you by our Cajun brothers at Boot Crew Media and Hornitos Tequila. Here's to the shot takers, the ones that always say you got to take a chance. We appreciate Hornitos being our sponsor, and we appreciate, obviously, Boot Crew Media. In addition, we would like to thank DraftKings as a sponsor. Welcome to DraftKings, our live show, Bucs vs. Saints. We're brought to you by DraftKings, and we're going to have a great time here talking the game, during the game, and then doing in-game bets, and of course, everything through the DraftKings app. All you sweaties out there, remember to comment live as we do the show here. We love comments live, and remember to watch the replay after this, and subscribe to us on all our platforms, be it audio for the podcast and video on YouTube, Facebook, etc., etc. We love the admiration, and we really would like for you to like us. All right, so the DraftKings, I'm going to do a little... wait a minute. I got to do my little thing here for DraftKings. I have a little copy that I have to read, and I'm going to read it. And where are we here? Here we go here. So this is our DraftKings. Again, DraftKings is a sponsor of Old Men in Sweats. We appreciate them being here. Today's game, the New Orleans Saints and Tampa Bay Bucs. We're going to make some picks before the game. We're going to make picks in game. And remember here, the NBA is back with DraftKings Sportsbook, an authorized partner of the NBA. The key to victory is a strong starting five. For us, it's strong starting two backcourt, but I don't know where my backcourt partner is right now. But hopefully he'll be here soon. Remember, you just bet $5 on any NBA team to win their game, and you could win up to $200 in free bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code O.M.I.S. Again, cap letters O.M.I.S. And for just $5, you could win on the NBA. You win their game, and you win up to $200 in free bets. You win with the promo code O.M.I.S. And remember, like old people, the cap lock button, you need to put the cap lock button on. And it fits us perfectly as old men in sweats. Hit the cap lock button when you go to DraftKings and you download the app and you do O.M.I.S. If you authorized partner of the NBA is DraftKings, and remember, you must be 21 or older, new customers only, minimum $5 deposit, $1 wager required. One per customer. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problems, 1-800-GAMBLER. So those are all my particulars. I'm sorry it took me so long. Maybe I stumbled a little bit here or there. I've had a few drinks in me watching the early games. I'm still watching the ending of the early games, which is incredible here. Ooh, the Titans have scored a touchdown. It's 30-24, the Titans. They were down 14-0. They just scored with 1:26 left. I actually think they picked off Carson Wentz. Holy smoke. The other games, the early games, the Jets are up 34-31 against the Bengals. The Chargers and the Patriots just went off. You have the Jags at the Seahawks going off soon. And let me check the Bills were an interesting game. I want to talk about the Bills. There he is.
The Bills. Yeah, Miami's got to get rid of Tua, buddy.
You think so? Were you in the toilet?
No,
are you okay?
I just got up. I'm sorry.
Oh, you just got. I thought maybe you had some bad seafood last night.
No,
can you hear?
I never.
No sushi.
I never ate sushi. I haven't had sushi in a long time. Remember, we used to get the whole trays.
Oh, I love it. We used to go to all the great places in Hollywood and in Beverly Hills. I loved the sushi. And I used to go with my brother in Orange County to this one place, and the guy was amazing. But he would make you drink with him every time you ordered a dish. And banzai. Every time you ordered a dish.
Like what, drink sake?
Yeah, I can't do this. I just want to enjoy my night. Have a Sapporo. I'd have a Sapporo draft, the Japanese beer. But he was insane. My brother and I would leave there like lit. I don't even remember what I ate if I ate. It was crazy. So wait, you're talking about Tua. Okay, wait a minute, because something just happened here. Yeah. Oh, did you know this? Wait, no way. Oh, the guy almost scored. The Bills picked off Tua.
Yeah.
No, with 2 minutes left, and the guy almost went all the way. They're going to probably sit on the ball. I don't even think Miami's got any timeouts left on that game. You don't like him at all.
No, I didn't. I remember the draft special we did a couple of years ago. I said don't draft him because he played at Alabama, and they were so good at Alabama, right? They won national championships. He played great in that one game against Georgia when he came off the bench. He replaced Hurts, and he won the game. But in the 2 years that he played for Alabama, every time he was tackled, he got injured. He was tackled like 4 times in his whole career, and he got injured. I said, you're not going to be able to don't take a player that's not durable. If you're not durable at Alabama, you're not going to be durable anywhere. He was playing with the best players around him, and he was still missing all kinds of time with injuries.
Yeah, and also, he had a bad hip. He's like, 20 of 21 years old, 20 years old, and he's already had hip surgery. Come on.
Well, yeah, and he had the one serious injury. Yeah, that was a serious injury, but he's obviously worked hard to come back from it. But even before then, like every time he got tackled, he sprained his ankle. And he missed like 3 games, or he just doesn't have it. Like you can tell he doesn't have it. Miami knows he doesn't have it because I think they've already agreed on a trade for Deshaun Watson.
Oh, really?
But I think they've agreed in principle on the trade package.
Really?
But they don't want to pull the trigger on it because they don't know how much time Watson's going to miss. So they were hoping to get Watson's legal problems cleared up by Tuesday, but that's not going to happen. So that's why but Miami doesn't want Tua. They drafted him last year, number 5, and they already don't want him.
It's incredible, too. And they were in this game. Like, I was really surprised by this Buffalo game. I love the Bills Mafia, but I didn't understand. It was almost like the Bills went to a Halloween party last night. The first half, they didn't do anything. And I'm like, they're going to come out like gangbusters because they got beat by the Titans. And they played terrible. Oh, my God, they just scored a touchdown. Allen ran the right end 7 yards for a touchdown, which is incredible. They actually went for it. It was only 2 minutes left. And Miami wasn't even using timeouts.
I don't know why they didn't ice the game. That's weird.
It's weird because Miami wasn't even using timeouts. And the Bills were actually sitting on the ball because I was watching on the ESPN app. And it said -1, minus a yard. You know what I mean? And I think Josh Allen, I'd be honest with you, I watched that game earlier. I had a few drinks at the local pub, and I got some chicken wings I brought home. I got to heat those up later as we watch the Saints and the Bucs game. What do you got?
I got an orange.
What an orange?
I got an orange, and I got my water bottle in orange. Chicken wings. I got to go all out today because I got to go all out. I mean, we got a big game with this Tampa Bay game, the Saints. Who Dat Nation? We got a huge game. Bucru Media is our co-producer of the show. They sponsor us. We love them, and obviously they're based out of New Orleans, right?
Yeah, they're based out of New Orleans. They're all New Orleans guys, and I know right now they're probably like sitting there like on their hands, wondering what's going to happen in the next 10 minutes when the game starts. And me and you, we picked this game because we were like, it's a fantastic game. We love Tom Brady, TBOLD12. We love him, and this is a huge game. It's the game of the week. Except for my Viking game later tonight, which
that's going to be a good game tonight too, right? The Vikings need Dak not to play, right? If Dak doesn't play, then they got that game easy. Even if Dak plays, I expect the Vikings to. You know me, I think the Vikings are good.
I know
think
you
they're
love
great.
them.
I don't think
You
they're
love
great,
them.
but I
You
think
love
they're
my
good.
Vikings. It's amazing how much you love them, even though I'm so frustrated all the time with them.
Well, because you're a real but the thing is, you're a real fan. You've been a fan forever. So when you're a real fan of the Vikings, you mostly have so much frustration that I understand. You're like a Chicago Cubs fan. Like, you know what I mean? Before the Cubs won the World Series, you know, like that's or the Red Sox fan before they won the World Series, there was like you got like 50 years of frustration, right? The Vikings, the worst thing about the Vikings is that they were the original victims of the Hail Mary, which Roger Staubach and Drew Pearson back in 1975, right? That play.
We lost Tommy. Like all of a sudden he left, but I want to continue on what he was saying with the Vikings and Drew Pearson, Roger Staubach, because that I watched Tulsa played Navy last night, and I watched that game. It was like watching paint dry. I mean, I know Navy, they do that wing tee, whatever the thing is, and they run the ball and stuff. But Tulsa usually has a great offense, and they weren't that fantastic. But Drew Pearson, they had a Drew Pearson night. And for you people that don't know about, the Oklahoma football, Tulsa, the Golden Hurricanes, I mean, Drew Pearson was, like a god there, along with Steve Largent. And Drew Pearson killed me in the Vikings. It was the original Hail Mary pass, and it crushed me. And so I'm waiting for Tommy T to come back, and we got to get into the game soon. The game's going to go off. It's 4:13. The game goes off at 4:25. The Tampa Bay Bucs at the New Orleans Saints. #WhoDatNation. Who dat? And I hope there's some jambalaya involved in this game. And what's that sauce they make in New Orleans? Roulade? I think it's like a roulade sauce or some kind of weird thing. I need to get more involved in that with the Boo Crew Media guys and understanding of that. And so when Tommy comes back, I want to talk a little more about the food, because food's a big thing about football. Like I said, I got my chicken wings. I got to go get those heated up soon. Tom's got, I don't even understand what he's got. He's got an orange and water. So right now I wanted to just say something. The Bills, it's interesting. The Buffalo Bills, #Bills Mafia, they scored a touchdown with less than 2 minutes to go. Miami had 3 timeouts. Miami had no timeouts. The Bills were taking a knee, and then all of a sudden Josh Allen ran around the end, which is really crazy. I can't believe he did that. And he scored a touchdown. Then they went for 2, which is really interesting. I don't even understand it, because it was 26-11, and I think it's going final now. So if they went 28, it'd be 17, but there's only Tommy, you back?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can.
So you know what? I got to tell you about the Bills. This is another thing I don't understand. So the Bills, Miami had no timeouts. The Bills were going negative yardage. They were taking knees, and then Josh Allen went around the end and scored a touchdown. But this is really interesting too. So it's 26-11 with less than a minute, like 40 seconds. Guess what the Bills did? They went for 2.
Why did they try to rub it in? I don't understand what that is. They tried to rub it in.
I mean, Allen, I don't know. I got to watch the play. I haven't seen the play. Is it a play that Allen went around end and he was going to kneel down and there was a wide opening? But this is the weird thing, too.
You're not supposed to do that. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
You're not supposed to do that because I mean, they play these teams play each other twice a year.
Yeah.
You can't do that. I mean, that's going to come back and get you. I don't know.
I mean, in division.
We're going to hear something. We're going to hear something about that.
And then, Tommy, they went for 2. Why do you need to make it 28-11 with 40 seconds left? I'm really confused by that. I think they're going to hear about this. This is a weird thing. And I know, you play the game, and you play it till the end, but some of this doesn't make sense. And it's almost like they played so poorly that they wanted to rub it in. Now let's go through some quick games here. Let's just go through some quick games before we talk about the Saints and the Bucs. We got 10 minutes. The 49ers actually, they came back and they beat the Bears 33-22.
Yeah, the Bears are terrible. That Nagy is done. The coach of the Bears he's history.
Well, he didn't even coach today.
Yeah.
Because he had COVID.
I had COVID.
But
that team is just that team is so unprepared. I just don't get it. Like he started out a good coach. He came from Andy Reid's coaching tree. I like the way they call the coaching tree.
I love that. I love that.
You like that coaching tree,
yeah,
right?
It's like the family tree. I love that thing.
Andy Reid's got the coaching tree. And it's so he came from that coaching tree. But I don't think Andy Reid's coaching tree is any good. I think all of his coaches are no good. And the other guy, Eric Bieniemy, can't get a job, right? I don't know why. That's weird, right? That's weird that guy can't get a job. But anyway, Nagy was there, and he started out pretty good the first couple of years, but he's done such a poor job with this Justin Fields in the first part of his career. He's gone. Like, he's gone, right?
It's so bad. And so let me ask you this. Do you think the Parcells coaching tree is better?
Well, Belichick is from the Parcells coaching tree, and Sean Payton is from the Parcells coaching tree. Sean Payton was his assistant. He was an offensive coordinator for Parcells. So right there, those two guys are two of the best coaches ever. I mean, those are great coaches, right? Yeah. Sean Payton has been in New Orleans forever, and he's always had a good team there, except that 7-9. He had 3 years in a row where he was 7-9. Yeah, I think Parcells' coaching tree is pretty good. The only thing is, when Parcells left the Giants, he left the worst branch. He left Ray Hanley to take over the Giants.
The weakest branch. It was
back. He left the dead branch. Ray Hanley was the worst coach out of Parcells' tree, and that's the guy he left with the Giants in 1992. Right? It's terrible.
So let's go another game. The Steelers came back. Another thing, the Steelers came back. They won 15-10. They actually had to go for a 2-point conversion at the near the end because their kicker got hurt. He got a helmet-to-helmet hit. He was out, and there was a holding call on the Steelers, and they had to go for it. They didn't make the 2-point conversion.
How did the kicker get a helmet-to-helmet?
They actually faked it. They faked the field goal, and then he got hammered. And then they scored a touchdown, and then they scored a touchdown, and they can't kick the extra point. And Big Ben ran in. It took Big Ben like 10 years to run 2 yards, and he made the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Yeah, but there was
the big story in that game is that Baker Mayfield, he's not going to get that big contract with Cleveland. He's no good either.
He's no good either.
Here's another thing is those guys that come out of Oklahoma, those quarterbacks, they're all bad. Like, they win Heisman trophies. Kyler Murray's good. But, I remember way back Jason White. Remember Jason White won a Heisman trophy? Sam Bradford was terrible. Baker Mayfield's no good. Jalen Hurts is no good. These quarterbacks are no good from Oklahoma.
They're terrible.
Yeah.
They're terrible.
So
the Steelers game, it was 15-10. The Steelers actually won. I have no idea how they did this. It seems like it was 10-9. They missed a 2-point conversion. They had a holding call. Big Ben made the 2-point conversion. They had a holding call, and then they tried it again. That's because their kicker was out. They actually tried after the holding penalty. They missed it. So it's 9. I'm wondering if they scored a touchdown to make it 15, and then they missed the extra point or went for 2.
Well, they probably went for the 2. They probably didn't go for the extra points. If the kicker was out, they went for 2-point conversions.
And then let me ask you this. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I want to ask you because we're talking about coaches, and I want to ask you: will Tomlin go to USC?
No. Did you see his interview this week? Did you hear what he said? I mean, listen, for his name to even be coming up for the USC job is such an insult to him. Why would the guy that coaches the Steelers, which since you and I have been alive, they've had 3 coaches, Chuck Noll, Cowher, and Tomlin. Why would anybody leave the Steelers for a college job?
Yeah.
Like it's such an insult to Tomlin. I don't understand why they keep asking him that. I guess Carson Palmer started that rumor. That's ridiculous, buddy. They shouldn't do that to that guy.
Obviously Carson Palmer has an interest in starting that rumor.
Why doesn't Carson Palmer take the job at USC if it's so good?
Because they don't want him.
Yeah,
because they don't want him. So So the early games. I just want to
right now is Indianapolis. And Tennessee are tied 31-all. They're going into overtime again.
What a game!
Yeah,
and the Jets, the Jets, the white guy from Western Kentucky. This guy can sling it. I like him.
And you're not calling him a white guy. His last name is White.
Yeah, his name's White. Yeah, but he can sling it like he's almost it's weird. You look at him, he's like a Zach Wilson clone, but he's almost better. It's really. I watched that game today. I'm like, this guy's got poise.
They beat the Bengals, and obviously the Bengals are a good team now. So yeah, for sure.
They got 30. How much did they get? 34 off that?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be kidding me. So the Rams were big winners, no surprise. The Bills, after their Halloween party last night in Buffalo, they had a lot of chicken wings. It took them one half to digest all the chicken wings, and then they finally win. The Titans is going to go OT. The Chargers have already scored their 7-0 against Patriots. The Jags and Seahawks, which is probably the worst game ever, is going right now. The Panthers beat the Falcons, big deal, 19-13. And the Eagles, shellacked. I'm going to use the word shellacked.
Look at this. That guy White, the Eagles, they killed the Lions. The Lions are so bad. The Eagles, this guy Mike White, he was drafted by the Cowboys a few years ago in the 5th round out of Western Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
So the Cowboys never used him, whatever. They got rid of him. So he threw for 37 out of 45, right? Only 8 incomplete passes in 45 attempts.
Amazing.
He threw for 405 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Man, he scored. I mean, does Zach? What is his name? Zach Taylor? What is that guy's name?
Wilson.
Zach Taylor?
Wilson.
Zach Wilson. Does Zach Wilson get the job back?
No.
He comes back next week or 2 weeks? I mean,
I don't see it. Do you? I don't see that at all. I wouldn't give him the job. This guy played his heart out. I would think I would keep him in. I mean, I'd roll with the hot guy.
The Jets need that win. Like the Jets got to have that. They needed that win. There's 2 wins. It's just important. It's so important for the Jets to come through and get these wins, because even though it's a ragtag team, they got so many injuries, like guys coming and going. They lost their offensive tackle, their star tackle, Mekhi Becton, right? It just a win just quiets everything down for a week, right? That's what the Giants did last week.
And Cincinnati is a good ball club.
Oh, they're very good this year.
I mean, that's a huge win for the Jets. If I was a Jets fan, I'd be like almost celebrating like Joe Willie Namath kind of celebration. I mean,
I always say that the biggest problem that the Jets have had for the last 50 years is Joe Namath is still their most famous player.
That's crazy.
So if your most famous player is in his most famous season is 1969, now that we're going on 60 years, that's the biggest problem.
That's huge problem. I feel better about my Vikings. I feel way better then, because there's so many great players that, Randy Moss won. I mean, there's tons of them. John Randall. There's so many guys. So the Bucs. Okay, so Tommy, we got to get into the Bucs. So
it's an overtime game. The Bucs. Okay, start with the Bucs.
Okay, so anyway, so again, Tommy T just woke up. He had a late night. I did all the particulars.
I got in at 6 a.m.
Yeah, I did all the particulars of the Hornitos and DraftKings. We appreciate their sponsorship. We appreciate Brew Crew Media. We know the Brew Crew Media guys based in New Orleans are really freaking out right now. I guarantee they're freaking out right now. Right now, I'm watching Troy Aikman talk, and who's this other guy? Who's this guy? I thought he was with Joe Buck. Joe Buck doesn't do the game with him anymore?
Well, Joe Buck is doing the World Series, I think.
Oh,
he's doing the World Series, so that takes top priority.
You know what's funny too? When they have these announcers and he put them with the athletes, the announcers are probably the guy's probably 6 foot. The guy's probably 6 foot tall, but he looks like a midget compared to
Troy's 6'4". Look at the size of Troy's hands.
This guy looks like a little kid. It's like Troy's child.
This guy's like 4 inches taller than us.
It's like Troy Aikman's child is doing the game with him. So anyway, okay, I'm going to go to the DraftKings app. So remember, everybody, download the DraftKings app. $5. You put $5 in, $1 bet minimum, chance to win $200 in free bets. Make sure you do the O.M.I.S. code. Keep it cap locks like old people. We appreciate that. And so right now, let's get into this. Okay, the game. Wait. Oh, it started. Yeah. Okay, so wait. I know the line was -4.5 and 50.5, I believe. I'm going to go live. I'm going live now. So I got the app. So it was -4 and 48. What would you like as far as a game right now? Take the bets. What do you want?
Yeah, I'm gonna take. So New Orleans is getting 4 points, right?
Yes.
Yeah, New Orleans is getting 4 points. Yeah, I'm gonna take New Orleans plus the 4 points for the whole game, for the final.
Okay, what about total?
The total, the 48's tough. I think I might stay under the 48 because New Orleans defense is so tough.
Okay.
And you know me, I have no confidence in Jameis Winston at all. Like I can't bet on Jameis Winston.
Yeah, I know. So I'm gonna take I'm going to take the minus because it changed right now, but I'm going to go -4. I'm going to go Tampa Bay money line. I'm going to lay the extra juice to get the money line, and I'm going to go the over 48. So those are our bets right now. Our DraftKings bets through the sports app, DraftKings sports app. Again, go in there, download the app, $5 deposit, $1 bet, win up to $200 in free bets, and make sure you use the code O.M.I.S. It's up there now, so I point my finger up there. Cap letters O.M.I.S. So right now, the game has started. I like the Saints got their whiteout uniform. I like that uniform. They got that whiteout uniform, and the Bucs got their red jerseys on. I like that too. I like their uniform. I like that.
Interesting, because it's in New Orleans, and the Saints are always a tough team, especially their offensive and defensive lines. It's interesting because the Pelicans, the other New Orleans team, the NBA team, they're having trouble with Zion Williamson, right? He's got that bad foot, and he's ballooned over 300 pounds. I wonder if there's a chance that the Saints grab Zion for their line.
Well, you know what? I think what's going on with that, real quick, Zion, I just want to say something. I just think there's really good food in New Orleans. There's really jambalaya. There's this great food. There's a lot of thick sauces that come out of New Orleans, and I think this guy's eating his way like he's done.
Yeah.
He's got to stop.
I said it last year. Zion is a big kid anyway. He's only 22 years old. He's a big kid, obviously, naturally. But he needs to get down to 275 or 270. And I know, maybe he'll never see that weight again, that low of a weight. But if he doesn't get that low, he's going to injure his foot all the time or his knee. Or he's always got some injury. I mean,
wow, that was quick. So that was quick.
Yeah.
The Bucs are 3-0.
Yeah, because that's why I picked the under in this game, because I love New Orleans defense. I love New Orleans defense. They're just a great defensive team.
And I got some alternate spreads here right now. So there's alternate spreads. Get this, you can go. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, I would take you can go the Saints plus. Wow, that's weird. 12. You could take the Saints plus 12.5 minus 265. There's all these alternate ones that start depending on what happens here. So these are in-game live. And I think you have to wait a little bit and see what's happening here. Depends what you took. If you took the Bucs -4 or the Saints +4, and also with the alternate totals. But
obviously, to take advantage of this app, you have to understand the flow of the game, because how there's all this in-game betting. So you're watching the flow of the game, and even little things like you see, maybe a defensive lineman gets injured, not seriously injured, but he goes out of the game for maybe a series. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand the flow of the game. That's how you take advantage of these in-game apps, right? When with the DraftKings, if you really understand the game, you see the flow, you say, hey, you know what, this is going to be a low-scoring first half. I know it. So you feel it. You jump on the first half score, right? Under on the first half. What's the over-under on the first half?
Let me check that out here. Overweight no, Patriots. I'm looking. Where's the first half? I'm looking. Well, I think it was. Wait, I got to go here. So you have it. It was. Right now, the total went down to 47.5. I didn't check the first half total. I should have, but it's probably
that total went down because everyone's going on the under.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
It pulls it down.
And it pulled it down.
They heard me here say Tommy T is going with the under.
Yeah.
I give an early Costanza cash. So they probably didn't follow. Maybe some of these young guys don't know who Costanza is. They think I know what I'm talking about. So I said under. So everyone jumped on the under. They pulled the line down a half a point.
Yeah, because right now the live is -3 Tampa Bay, -115, and the over 47 went down.
Yeah, it went down.
-150.
I took the under at 48.
And then you got the alternate spreads. Alternate spreads are very interesting, but I agree with you. You got to wait and see how the game pans out a bit on the alternate spreads and the alternate totals, just because. Like you said, you see if an injury happens, you see what happens in the score. Today, Saturday goes Jameis. Oh, Jameis wins. Look at him go. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to go in-game live on the app. I'm going to go alternate spread. See, what happens too is it goes silent while people are betting, while the action's happening. So right now, it's interesting. Like right now, these lines, it's really like the Bucs. It went silent now. It's going to come back again. People are all over this game. People are betting this game, the alternate spreads, team-wise, total-wise, because every time I go in, it's moving. It's moving. Like, let me ask you this. Tampa Bay Buccaneers minus 15.5. Would you take that plus 385? 100 wins 385.
No.
So that's like a future bet. That's a huge future. You want to do that?
Yeah.
Would you take the Saints plus 6.5 minus 170?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
like
take
that.
Yeah,
I take that action.
You take that.
Right.
So it's really interesting. I mean, it's so precise too. I have to give the DraftKings guys credit. I mean, these stat guys are like incredible. Like to make the quickness of the movement to give you a decent idea and a chance to take another bet. Because back in the day, when me and you would bet at the Galliano Club in Rome, New York, when I would go to the Galliano Club and I knock on the door and they'd open the window and they go, "What do you want?" And I have to say, "My uncle's in there. Can I come in?" And they'd let me in and they're eating pasta and playing bocce. There was only one bet. It was the team and the total. Done. So that's all you had. You had no other bets. So this is so much better because back then, remember how you'd sweat it out? You sweat it out, and then they'd give you that ticket. Remember, you'd have that ticket. You had to circle those. And the betting line was in our local newspaper because that's just how it was back then. You would think that would be crazy, but we grew up in a town with all Italian and Irish, Polish people, and they all bet.
My uncle was a bookie too. My uncle Hippo was a bookie. Yeah.
What was his name?
My Uncle Frank, my Uncle Hippo.
Hippo.
We called him Uncle Hip. Yeah, he was a bookie. And my father told me, it's my dad's brother. My father told me that he worked with him for a year. Like they were the bookies for a year. My father said he couldn't handle it. He said they was too nervous. He said like the Sunday late game, everything was riding on the late game, like they needed a game to come through or something like that. He said he couldn't handle it.
Well, so your dad had to quit.
He quit. Yeah, he wasn't cut out to be a bookie. Besides, my dad was too nice. Like, if you don't pay, my dad's not going to break your legs or anything. He was too nice. He was, too nice of a guy. I told him, you probably just hurt their
He's in the wrong business. Your dad was in the wrong business.
Too nice of a guy to be a bookie.
All right, so I turned the clock on. We're going to probably go, Tommy T, Barry D, Old Men and Sweatshirt, our DraftKings special. Remember to go to DraftKings, download the app. $5 investment, dollar minimum bet. You can win up to $200. We're going to give you our advice here. Right now, as far as the overall game, Tommy T has taken the New Orleans Saints plus the 4, or was it 4.5?
4.5.
4.5.
Yep.
And you took the under 48.
Under 48. I'm confident in this bet.
I took the Tampa Bay Buccaneers money line in the initial bet, and I took the over 48. So that's what we have right now. Right now, it's the first quarter, 10:54 left in the first quarter, commercial break. And right now is Tampa Bay game -5, 115, over 47, 115. So it stayed at 47. The Bucs went up, and I believe that happened because I think were the Saints stopped on that last drive?
Yeah, I think they were stopped short. So I think they're punting, or they already punted.
Yeah, so that's why. So so right now, let's look at the alternate totals because I love totals. I love over-unders. And in fact, that Green Bay Arizona game, I think a lot of people lost money on that.
Yeah, for sure they did.
Oh, my goodness gracious. I mean, I love A.J. Green. He's a veteran, but I still have no idea what Arizona was doing on that play.
No, Arizona did everything perfect on that play. A.J. Green.
What did he do?
He may have spaced. He just may have spaced for a moment because I was watching Shannon Sharp on what is it, Undisputed or whatever.
Yeah.
I can't watch Skip. I only can watch Shannon. When Shannon's done talking, I turn.
You change the channel?
Yeah, I can't watch Skip.
Or you mute it? Really? That's interesting.
Doesn't know anything. This is so obnoxious. But Shannon said that the two safeties blitzed, so he said it was a cover zero, and he said that every receiver knows when you're standing there and you're looking at the corner on you, you know, you're scanning the field. He said AJ Green knows it's a cover zero, so the first thing you do is turn around.
Yeah,
because a cover zero, where there's a blitz, you give your quarterback an immediate target. Shannon thinks that AJ Green just spaced. He just wasn't paying attention for a moment. It was just a moment. He let his guard down literally, and that guy Rasul Douglas, who ironically was on the practice squad for Arizona like 4 weeks ago, which is great. That's great, buddy. I mean,
that's a conspiracy theory right there. Like, it's like, I mean, but do you think that Murray could have thrown it higher?
Well, Murray threw a perfect pass. It almost hit AJ Green in the back of the head. Higher. I mean,
so that game, that was an interesting game because I know as people watch that game, watch the Green Bay drive, then the Arizona drive, there was two scenarios for those overs, and they were just hoping Arizona just tied it. And because it was 50.5, and then it would go into overtime, it was 48.
What was the final score? 24-21?
21. 24-21.
Yeah, so it was 45. Yeah. First of all, I don't know how you bet the over in that game. I'm not taking the over on that game with no Davante Adams.
Yeah.
Right? The Green Bay's offense was, you know, like a throwback to 25, 30 years ago. They ran and, you know, they ran the ball most of the night, and they tried to shorten the game. They had the Bill Parcells method in that game. So I wouldn't have taken the over in that game. But, you know, the other thing is I like the unders better than the overs. Most bettors, not the sharps, you know, most of the bettors like the over because they love the action. They're a fiend for the action, right? That's why most people like the over. But I'm just watching the games. I'm looking at the games. That Green Bay game, I don't know how you go over on that game.
That's interesting because there was probably almost no one that took the under. And you're right. You got to have a strong gut to take unders.
Yeah, I don't care about action. Like if I'm putting money on a game, like a lot of people put money on a game because they want, they want to watch it. They want to be interested in it. I don't need money on a game to be interested in it. But if I'm going to put money on that game, I'm going to do it according to, you know, how the teams are playing and what the injuries are like, what the matchups are like. Without Davante Adams, you know Green Bay's not going to open it up. And
yeah, you gotta watch film. Like it's not like throwing a dart against a dartboard. You really have to look into things. And like you said, in this in-game lines and the in-game bets, you have to see, like you said, if someone gets hurt or someone goes up by 2 TDs, then you kind of adjust yourself depending on what you bet initially, just like you adjust your bet at halftime. You really, it's more complicated than people think, and you really have to be on top of it, and you got to watch and read.
Yeah. Well, and just pay attention because that Green Bay game, as each passing day went by, you realize that Davante wasn't going to be available. Then Valdez Scantling, he was unavailable. There was a possibility that he could play. And then Lazard, the second receiver, Ellen Lazard, got COVID. Yeah. So they're missing their top 3 receivers, and they were playing a guy named Juwan Winfrey.
Crazy. It was
no
crazy.
one ever heard of him.
It shows you how good Rodgers is. I hate to say it, but the guy's a freak.
That's another reason why I can't watch Skip Bayless, because he just runs Rodgers down. Like he
you know what?
Rodgers
He's
like LeBron
crazy.
James. Like no matter what Rodgers does, no matter what he does, Skip Bayless finds the negative in his game.
He's crazy because I hate Rodgers because I'm a Viking fan, but I'll tell you, that game, all those guys out, and this guy wins that game. The guy is crazy, like he's insane. And you know, so Bayless just is making a story, but let's go back.
Skip Bayless, he tries to say that one of the main reasons for Rodgers' greatness is that Davante Adams is the best receiver in football. But here's a stat that Skip Bayless never brought up this week. Rodgers is 7-0 when Davante Adams is injured. That's ridiculous. He's 7-0.
So in that game too, you're right. How can you bet the over, and then how can you bet against the Packers? So whoever bet Arizona and the over, they're crazy. So let's go back to this game right now. So we got like 8 minutes ish in the first quarter. Tampa's got the ball. TB old. Ooh. Let's see how this panned out.
TB old.
I call TBOLD12.
Yeah.
And so TBOLD12 just threw a touchdown pass.
Yeah.
To Goodwin. That guy. So now this is going to change here. Let's see what happens with the game here. It's 7-zip. It's rebooting the DraftKings app. Tampa Bay, they went right down. The first drive, they were 3 and out. This drive, they looked good. The Saints, Jameis is going to have to step up this game. I'm telling you right now. So right now, Tampa Bay is -6.5, -115, and the over went to 51. Yeah. 51 now. It went -110. So, I'm not going to really look at the alternate spreads yet. I'm looking at the game still. Maybe in the second quarter, I'll look at those as this pans out. I'll look at the alternate spreads. But right now, wow, it went up again. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are winning 7-0 against the Saints. Tom Brady, TBOLD12, the Goodwin. It's about a 10-yard touchdown pass. They're -7.5 now. -110. And over 51, -115.
And that changes. So now if New Orleans answers, if they come down and answer with a touchdown, which they won't, they won't. But if they answer with a touchdown, then that -7.5 is going to plummet. It's going to go right down again, right?
So right now, would you take the Saints plus 7.5?
Yeah, I would take the Saints.
You already took them. You already took them plus 4.5.
Yeah, I would take the Saints plus 7.5. I mean, down.
You could hedge this. You could hedge yourself right now because you got the plus 4.5. You take the 7.5. If it ends up being a 6, you split. I mean, that's a big swing. That's a 3-point swing for you. It's a field goal.
Yeah,
that's huge right now. I mean, if I had the New Orleans Saints plus the 4 initially, #WhoDatNation. I love saying that. #WhoDatNation. I would take the 7.5 plus 7.5 -120. And I would just, if I had the total over or under, I'd leave that right now. But I would take the 7.5 because right now you're concerned because Tampa Bay scored, and you're concerned about your 4 point.
If you took Tampa minus the 4.5 to start the game, right, and then the line goes up to 7.5 for New Orleans. If you jumped on New Orleans later, you could win in the middle, and I know you like that.
Oh, I like that, and remember. Remember the one time in history that all the bets won in that Super Bowl? Do you remember that one time? There was one game in the Super Bowl where the Steelers played the Cowboys. And the Steelers, I think, were favored by 4. And all the money went on the Steelers. And then they moved the line in Vegas. This is a big Vegas story. They never will do that ever again. Yeah. And they moved it to 7? Yeah. And everyone took the Cowboys. And it ended up being 6.
Well, both games. The first 2 Steeler-Cowboys games in the 70s, you mean?
Yeah.
They were both 4-point finals. The first one was 21-17. The Steelers beat the Cowboys 21-17. The second game, they beat the Cowboys 35-31. They were both 4-point finals.
So, and one of them, the line started at 4, and then it went up. And so the early action was on the Steelers, and then the late action was on the Cowboys, and it ended up in the middle, and everyone won.
Yeah.
It was the only time ever.
That second game, the Steelers were up 35-17, and the Cowboys scored 2 late TDs to make it 35-31, and that's how they covered that. Yeah.
So that was, and I guess now they don't adjust. Oh, the Tennessee Titans kicked a field goal and won.
Yeah, because Carson Wentz threw an interception in the fourth quarter and an interception in overtime. Like I always.
Oh, he threw one in OT.
Yeah, that's how they got the field goal. He threw an interception. The guy picked it off. He returned it to the 35-yard line.
He's terrible. They were winning 14-0. They were winning 14-0.
Yeah, you can't trust Carson Wentz.
God, he's terrible. Thank God I have Kirk Cousins.
He's a little bit, but he's better than Carson Wentz. Come on.
Oh, I know. That's what I mean. That's what I said. Thank God I have him. So I know right now our Boo Crew Media guys, I don't see any of them commenting. You know, the guys that usually comment and come in because they're freaking out.
Well, right now, look at Jameis Winston is not playing well, and look at Jason Pierre-Paul. Jason Pierre-Paul knocked it down. Jason Pierre-Paul, but I tell you, that guy, he had a fireworks blow off one of his hands a few years ago, and he worked his way back. That's
fireworks.
He did. I mean, he's a poor guy. I mean, when he was on the Giants, he blew up his hand with a fireworks, and I mean, you think about it. All of a sudden, you don't have a hand. It's part of your hand. He said last year, Jason Pierre-Paul said last year at the beginning of the year, he said, "I'm the best defensive end with one hand in the NFL." He said that.
That's good. So Kamara went over left end.
Yeah,
he got a first down.
That's the thing. They're going to try to, obviously, the Saints offense, they're going to try every way possible to free up Kamara.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's their whole offense. Obviously handing it off to him, but getting him all over the field. Wow. But Jameis, I just don't trust Jameis. And really? I don't even know if Sean Payton trusts Jameis. Here's another good play by another little guy. Who's that little guy? That's the
Ingram the second. Ingram the second.
Yeah, that's the punt returner. They got Ingram back, That is Ingram.
Wait, there's an Ingram the second?
No, that's him. That's Ingram the second. They got him back.
He looks thin. He looks like he's in shape. He doesn't look as heavy as he usually looks.
That guy, he's like a fire hydrant with a helmet on.
That's him?
Yeah, that's the guy they just got back from Houston Texans.
My God, he looks like he's on the TB12 diet. He looks way thinner. I'm amazed by that. That was a huge pickup. Look, they're going to throw it to him.
They're going to give it to him again.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Pick it up.
Oh, my God.
There he goes. Make him miss. Oh, there he goes. Look at him. Look at him.
Any play. This is huge for the Saints. You're right. It's huge because any break they can give, or as they say, a blow to Kamara is huge. And this guy's deadly still.
This guy is so familiar with New Orleans. He played there for years, right?
Great.
He's the second leading rusher. I think he was 90 yards short of setting the New Orleans Saints all-time rushing record. And he's 90 yards short behind Deuce McAllister. Remember Deuce McAllister?
Oh, he was awesome.
Okay, so now they get him back. So he's going to break Deuce McAllister's record. He's going to be the all-time Saints leading rusher, right? Yeah. But he knows the Saints, and Sean Payton knows him. He's
a good
just
move.
Very dependable.
Did Deuce McAllister go to Ole Miss?
Ole Miss. Very good, buddy. Very good. I'll tell you one thing. you know yours.
I just think, things are in my head.
Man, I'll tell you.
No, but people, things are in my head. They come out. I know.
Me too, but I know they're just in our head. I don't know.
Well,
but
before
Deuce McAllister went to Ole Miss. I mean, first of all, nobody even knows who Deuce McAllister is unless you're from New Orleans.
No, nobody knows.
Right?
Well, I was talking before you came on when you were having troubles because you overslept. I was talking about the Tulsa Navy game I watched last night. It was like watching paint dry because Tulsa's not as explosive as they used to be. And Navy, do that wing tee or whatever they do. But, they had Drew Pearson. They were doing a Drew Pearson tribute. I'm like, no one knows Drew Pearson went to Tulsa. Yeah. I know because he had that Hail Mary pass against the Vikings.
He was an undrafted free agent in 1970. But here's the thing. Drew Pearson was the quarterback at Tulsa.
Yep.
He didn't play receiver.
Yep. And then and Largent went there too.
Yeah, Largent followed Drew Pearson, 2 Hall of Fame wide receivers, right?
Yeah, Drew Pearson was the first, first Hail Mary, right?
They made Drew Pearson wait too long for the Hall of Fame. He just made it this past year. It's ridiculous.
But he was so nice on camera, like Tulsa did a thing for him at halftime and because he got in the hall and he was really nice. So they tried to get him to say it took too long and it wasn't fair, and he wouldn't do it. He said, I'm not going to do it.
He's a class guy.
Yeah.
I love Drew Pearson. I always liked Drew Pearson. Look at that Staubach to Drew Pearson combo in the 70s. Drew Pearson was on the all-decade team. He made the 70s all-decade team. How is he not in the Hall of Fame?
Was that Hail Mary over Paul Krause?
No. Nate Wright.
Oh, Nate Wright. Yeah.
Yeah, Nate Wright.
Yeah, he stinks. Yeah. He stinks. That was the original Hail Mary, though, for you people out there that don't know. Hail Marys all the time. That was the original.
That play was called Hail Mary. And, for sure. I mean, they were down 14-10. It was in Metropolitan Stadium. And remember when we interviewed Ahmad Rashad on the Sports Works show? Remember, I remember, Ahmad Rashad was a great wide receiver for the Vikings, and I used to tell him that you scored most of your touchdowns because in that one end zone, the pitcher's mound used to be there because it's a baseball field. Yes. And I said you would run, even though they took the pitcher's mound out, there was still a lump. There was still a little bit of a hump. I said you would run that defensive back up the pitcher's mound and he would stumble. Yes. He would stumble and then you would break out. And Ahmad Rashad said, "What? Where'd you get that? I don't even know where I got that from."
But it was true.
It was true.
It was true. Any advantage you could take back then. So so the Bucs are up 7-0. There's 3 minutes-ish left in the first quarter. And you're right, T. Right now, it doesn't look good for the Saints. I mean, Winston, I don't know. It's just they're so sporadic. And the reason I took Tampa Bay.
That's because of Jameis. Jameis is so inconsistent. You just can't. It's difficult to develop an offense around him because you don't know what you're going to get from this guy.
I tell you right now, and that's why I took Tampa Bay money line, even though I probably could have laid the points. And I took the over because I just thought the only way New Orleans beats them is they're going to have to score a lot. But after watching New Orleans against Seattle, that game, I didn't have any confidence anymore in New Orleans. That game was terrible.
They won that game 13-10, though. The defense, New Orleans defense is legit.
Legit. But that offense against Seattle, I was like, come on.
I mean, they were something right now on Tampa, though. They're running the ball. They're not getting huge yardage, but they're running the ball. They're controlling the clock. Look at the first quarter. The first quarter is almost done. If they can hold on to this ball,
got it.
Through the first quarter, right?
Oh, the guy from Ohio State.
Touchdown.
How do you say that name?
Traquan Smith.
Is he from Ohio State, right?
No.
Where's he from?
Traquan's not from Ohio State. No.
Where's he from?
Thomas is from Ohio State. Traquan is from, I want to say, one of those Florida schools like UCF.
Oh, UCF.
Yeah, like Central Florida. Right?
Yeah, he's from UCF. He's from UCF.
Everyone's from Central Florida.
Which is UCF, which is in Orlando. For you people that don't know geography of Florida, that's why it's called University of Central Florida. Orlando's in the central area. That was a good pass. There was a good TD. I tell you, wow. You know what? That was a good drive, and I'm going to tell you something right now. Who Dat Nation? You're lucky to have Ingram right now because this guy is a big deal right now. He didn't score that touchdown, but this guy's keeping drives going.
Right, so now I got the Saints plus 4.5. I would have taken the Saints plus 7.5 when that line went up, right?
That was
good. I got the under. So I need this halftime score to be 10-7 or 10-10 at half. Something like that.
Because that would have been a huge bet right now, taking the plus 7.5 when it was 7-0. Because guess what it is now? It's the Saints on the DraftKings app. It's the Saints plus 3 minus 115. And under is 52 over under. So you gained a huge amount by taking. I'm going to record it in my composition book. I got to record these because we got a lot of in-game stuff. So I'm going to record. Tommy T, you took the Saints plus the 4.5, and you took the under, which was 48, right? And then Barry D took the Tampa Bay money line, and I took the over.
You got that composition book. It's crazy. I love that composition book.
Yeah, I mean, I've had this. I got a lot of composition books. I got them stacked up in my library. It's like I put
multiple. People don't know you run multiple businesses.
Yeah, I run everything. It's amazing the things I run. Now wait a minute. What's that say? Shaq.
Hold on a second, buddy. I'm gonna get a chair. I'll be right back. Hold on a second.
Where'd that go now? I lost my my scenario here. All right, wait. All right, for all you people out there, there's an intermission now. It's 7-7. Who Dat Nation just scored. How about that, Brew Crew Media? Where are you guys? I know you're at the bar right now at the Boo, and all you Brew Crew Media guys are sitting there, and who knows? You're probably all drunk, and you're hoping, and now after that big touchdown, you guys are really, really happy. So right now, I want to recap here. We're at intermission, almost the end of the first quarter. Tommy T had the Saints plus the 4.5 and the under, which was 48. That's the overall game on our DraftKings app. Tommy T took plus 4.5 Saints, and he took the under 48. Barry D took money line Bucs, because I love the money lines, and I lay the extra juice for the money lines, because in games like this, divisional games, this is the NFC South, it's very, very close all the time. And then I took the over 48. And then Tommy T, in-game, Tommy T, which was an unbelievable take. Tommy took the Saints plus 7.5. Yep. That was an unbelievable take, T. And that was when the game was 7-0. I haven't taken anything in-game, but I'm telling you right now, I may look at an in-game Bucs right now, because I got a feeling that maybe -4.
So, buddy, what did you have? The orange was look at the orange was good.
You like that orange, huh?
Yeah. What are you munching on there?
I don't got my wings yet. I got to wait till halftime. I got to warm my wings up. That I went to the local watering hole. I watched the early games, and I got my wings to go. Oh, look at this guy. Is that Fournette guy? Is that him?
Ronald Jones.
Where's Fournette?
Oh no, that was Fournette. Oh, no, 27. No, that's not. That's Ronald Jones from USC.
Oh, there's Fournette. He's on the sideline.
Yeah.
So what does this mean?
Well, they alternate them. They've always alternated them.
So right now,
hey, you know what's interesting about Tampa Bay? That they got that center, Ryan Jensen, number 66. He's like 330 pounds, right?
Yeah.
And he's an instigator. Like he knows how to draw like unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. He always hits someone kind of when the referee's not looking. And then people respond. They hit him back, and then they get penalties. But the thing about him is that he's like a third-degree black belt in Taekwondo.
Oh.
He doesn't look it.
So he must be really good hand technique. He must be unbelievable hand technique.
Yeah, no, he's an excellent center for Green Bay.
Well, I always thought that was the sport, the other cross-training that offensive linemen and defensive linemen especially should take is karate. Because wax on, wax off, but that movement of the hand.
They all must work on hand-to-hand combat. They must have a lot of those techniques down. I'm sure, if they bring in the Navy SEALs to help train them, and a lot of martial art experts to train them.
See, this is a lot of stuff that people don't realize, because they just think of it's offensive lineman blocking or defensive lineman trying to scoop under and these things. And I don't think people understand it.
Yeah, like defensive ends, they always talk about, when a young defensive end comes into the NFL, New Orleans has this guy, Marcus Davenport. He's been in the league for a few years. They drafted him out of a small school, University of Tennessee, San Antonio, right? Wasn't a big school. But you have to develop technique, and the technique are the swim moves. Like they call it that swim move. And then the other thing is you have to bat their hands down. And I think a lot of that is some UFC training and UFC move.
It's incredible the amount of work they have to do in the off season that people don't understand. And what it entails, especially in the NFL with the holding, because they call holding all the time. So these offensive linemen, if they're taking any kind of taekwondo or kempo or any kind of training, like Bruce Lee would be a billionaire right now if he was still alive, because he'd be training everybody like he trained Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Remember?
Bruce Lee would have been a billionaire in a number of different industries.
Yeah. And remember when Kareem got mad at that one guy, was it Denver Nugget ISIL, the center? Yeah, and the guy pushed him. Yeah, and Kareem just went boom.
No, that was Ken Benson, the Milwaukee Bucks.
He just knocked him out.
The funny thing is, Benson just won the national championship with Indiana University, and so
he's the coach.
No, he just won a national championship. So then the Milwaukee Bucks drafted him number 1, and his very first game was against the Lakers, and he got in a fight with Kareem. Kareem punched him in the face and broke his hand.
Yeah, Kareem just went boom. He just knocked him out. It was like a Bruce Lee move. It was just like It wasn't like a big long punch. It was just like a short with power.
Yeah. The only thing is, Kareem broke his hand on the guy's face.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Well, didn't Kermit Washington, Rudy T, didn't he break his jaw?
That was horrible. That was in 1976. Kermit Washington was on the Lakers, and Rudy T was on the court, and Rudy T was on the bench.
Yeah.
Rudy T was on the bench for the Houston Rockets, and Kermit Washington started getting into a fight with one of the players for the Rockets at center court, and Rudy T and everyone ran into the middle of the court to break it up. Kermit Washington looked up and saw Rudy T chasing him, so he punched him. Kermit Washington was 6'8", 260, 70 pounds. He punched Rudy T. He knocked him out. Rudy T broke like 15 bones in Rudy T's face.
Yeah. You had to have tapioca pudding for like 2 months.
Rudy T said that when he woke up in the hospital, he said he thought the scoreboard fell on him.
All right, so right now it's 7-7. We got DPM's in the house. Go Saints, fellas. He's all excited after that touchdown. He's probably like 12 beers deep at the boot. And he's all like hyped up now.
They got to stop him though. Was that third down right there? What down?
Yeah. That was third down. Wait, no.
That's second down.
3rd and 3. It was second down. Like DPM, see, he's the Cajun guy. He's down in New Orleans. He's at the boot. He's got a couple buckets of beers. He's already deep in it, and he got excited after that touchdown. See, and now he's like, "Go Saints, fellas!" And I tell you, this is a tough game.
Buddy, we should host one of these live shows from the boot.
Yeah.
We should go down there.
Oh, that would have been, you know what? That's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
We got to go down to the boot, get right in the middle of all this stuff. 2 guys originally from New York go into the boot and get this Cajun seasoning going. Like a little Cajun
You're all about the food. You love the food.
I love the food down there. Well, Emerald, I love Emerald, the chef, Emerald Lagasse. That guy is like a great chef. And there's a lot of great food in New Orleans and that French influence. Yeah. And I mean, they got great.
It's a combo. It's like a French Cajun influence. So there's
it's great. I mean, me and you grew up with one influence. It's Italian.
Raviolis.
Yeah, make ravioli, make pasta. Right. I mean, it was like, what? Ravioli, that's all we got.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are actually making sauces, like really interesting sauces and all this other stuff. I mean, it seems like it's always a party there. Like, I really want to go just because I want to see, is it really a party all the time? It seems like it's a party all the time.
It probably is. I mean, if at the boot, it's got to be, right?
It's got to be. I mean, right now, I wish we had a live feed to the boot.
Oh, that'd be cool, yeah.
Like, I wish someone would come in from the boot, one of these Boot Crew media guys, and get on the phone and come in and show us what's going on at the boot, because it's got to be
on the phone. Yeah, that'd be good. Hey, so right now it's the end of the first quarter, right?
Yeah.
Quarter action. Okay. So the bets are looking good. The under's still looking good.
It is. Right? And right now, the game line is -4.5 Tampa Bay. So it went back to the original because it's 7-7. But the over, it's interesting. The over went up to 52.
Well,
right now.
Because they got 14 points in the first quarter. So multiply that times 4. That's 14 times 4 is 56.
There you go. That's
why.
I like how you're thinking. What did Tony Montana say? I like how you're thinking. How do you say that? What do you say there? He said, I like how you, to who? Who did he say that to? Didn't he say it to
he said it to Elvira.
Yeah, what did he say? He
said, you a tiger. You a tiger.
Yeah, I like you.
He said, the moment I see you, I say, shit, tiger. I want her.
He's crazy. All right, TBOLD12 is almost at midfield. It's a 3rd and 3. There's a huge play. Start of the second quarter, and this is going to influence the in-game alternate totals, alternate spreads.
It's a huge play. They got to force a punt because a punt, if they could stop them here, a punt will put them down on the 10, which, again, is a huge play for the under. Too much time.
Yeah, but guess what?
Too much time.
That Johnson, they hit Johnson over the middle. They put 3 guys.
Is that Keyshawn Johnson?
No, it's his son. The son of Keyshawn.
You never could say that guy's name. You could never say Keyshawn Johnson. You used to call him Kishana. You couldn't say his name. You just
what's this? Yeah, it's confusing.
Huh?
So that was a good play over the middle. I see what the Tampa Bay Bucs are doing. They love overloading a side with receivers.
Well, the problem is they're taking too much time.
Oh, you won't believe it. TB12 overthrew Evans. Evans was wide open on a go route, and TB12 overthrew him.
You know what's funny, though? You know what's funny is this guy's 45 years old, and he's he grabbed his arm.
Uh-oh. Where?
Uh-oh. Florida, they didn't call a penalty, but he grabbed his arm. Rewind that.
Well, like you said, he's 45. To throw the ball like that.
He's overthrowing the fly pattern. His arm is stronger now than it was 25 years ago.
I mean, I hurt my arm the other day just getting the toilet paper off the roll.
That's funny.
I mean, really, this guy's like throwing the ball. Who's that guy? Who's that little guy? Who's number 1? They got guys. They just bring these guys in Tampa Bay.
He's the punt. Oh, that's Darden. I don't know who these guys are.
He's got guys.
Antonio Brown's injured, and Gronk isn't healthy. He's playing, but he's not 100% healthy.
Yeah, he missed a pass. They almost had a TD to him. Yeah. Byron Leftwich, your friend Marlon Greenwood, who played for the Texans, he played for Syracuse University, the Texans, and he played for who else? He played for? Yeah, he actually picked off Byron Leftwich. In his NFL career,
that was his only interception
ever. Right? That was it. And Byron Leftwich is actually TB12's quarterback coach. It's amazing.
No, he's the offensive coordinator. He's the next head
coach. He's the OC. Yeah.
Okay, now you know why that play was incomplete. Because the reason that play was incomplete was they got into Brady's face, and Brady had to go backwards. Brady had to go backwards on,
and that's not good. Yeah,
no, he needs room in the pocket. Like they didn't watch the right tackle. Watch the right tackle push. They pushed him into him, so he had to go back.
Yep.
So he couldn't step into the throw. So now they got.
When you're that old, it's like a guy with a walker. Yeah. So you got the walker in front of you, and you try to go back.
The previous play, he overthrew Evans because he was able to step into it, and he's got such great form that if he steps into the pass. All right, so now Norman.
See, look at that. Are you watching that? Look at that. Oh man. All right, so I want to switch gears a little bit because I want to bring, this is not Tom Brady's obviously playing the game, but I wanted to bring Tom Brady on because I wanted to talk about something that happened yesterday, which I don't think he's that happy about. And the Michigan State game.
Yeah.
And I'd like for you to maybe just console him a little bit about what happened. Like, hey, Tommy, it's a break right now in the action, and I don't, I can take a little quick interview for you because you're my guy. But my Michigan, my maize and blue just didn't happen.
Okay, listen, TB12, I'm going to ask you to give me a straight answer right here. I know that you like to give a lot of. You're very political, and you try to stay free of controversy when you get interviewed. You give a lot of vanilla answers, which I respect. But I'm going to ask you point blank: do you not care that Michigan isn't dominating anymore because they kind of screwed you when you were there? They kept benching you for Drew Henson.
Second half. Yesterday, though, I still have a big love of the maize and blue. And yesterday, I just thought that they would beat Sparty. I actually had a bet with Magic Johnson, a Michigan State alum, that the maize and blue would beat them. But that one guy, was it Walker, that guy in Michigan State, 4 TDs against my maize and blue. I didn't think our offense performed well, but I don't think defensively we were that good. I was a little bummed out when I woke up this morning, but then I said, I'm TBOLD12, and I need to perform tonight. I can't worry anymore about my college team. They're not worried about me.
No, I don't. I feel like they didn't treat you fairly when you were there. In fact, they didn't even develop your body. When you showed up for that, what is it? That camp. When you showed
combine.
When you showed up for the combine, your body wasn't developed.
Did
Michigan even have a weight room? Did they even have a weight room when you were there back in the 90s?
They didn't even have the training table cafeteria where you'd get the great food. I was eating junk, and that's why I had little man boobs when I was doing that.
You showed up at that combine you didn't have one defined muscle on your entire body, and the way you changed yourself over 20 plus years is amazing.
I have. I really
every plumber and every electrician in the country should look at you and go, you know what? If TB12 can go from that body when he was 22 to where he is now at 45, you should be an inspiration for every layman, every blue collar worker in the country.
And I hope I am. And you're right, Tommy. Now you're making me think about my alum at the University of Michigan, and I don't think I'm that happy now. And I think now that you've turned it, I really think that I'm happy that Michigan State beat them now. They didn't treat me well. I am the guy from University of Michigan. I'm the guy.
Whoever was their trainer should. I mean, he can't be working in the business anymore.
No,
look at Jameis Winston.
No. So I wanted just to say that I was a little bummed out about the Michigan State win, and that one guy went off on the Michigan State. I think it was the running back. Or was it it was the running back, correct? He went off.
Walker. Walker scored 5 touchdowns.
And I love maize and blue, but I think what you just said to me, I agree with you. I have to let that go. I'm an older man now. I have a career. I did what I needed to do. I got rid of Michigan. I moved on. And that guy that was the trainer then, he gave me, basically a lot of junk food. And I had to change myself into my guacamole diet. And now I have avocado. And I was upset last night after I turned the TV off. But then I woke up this morning and said, I am TB12. And I will play the Saints. And I will win. I will dominate.
All right.
That's how I am.
All right, so I did my job. Now get back into the game. It looks like Winston's hurt, so they're going to bring in Trevor Simon or whatever his name is.
That Winston guy, he loves throwing interceptions.
Well,
he just loves to throw the ball to the wrong guy. He loves it.
You're hoping he would throw some interceptions to you guys now, but it looks like he's down. He got hurt right now. I hope he's not seriously injured.
Maybe he's colorblind and he throws the ball. He thinks he's thrown it to his team when he played for my Buccaneers, my team now that I'm the man of. He was throwing the ball to the wrong team all the time.
Well, TB12, you know who was admittedly a colorblind quarterback. You know who that was, right? You played against him many, many times.
Who? He never admitted it to me.
Vinny Testaverde was.
The Italian guy.
Yeah, he was colorblind.
The Italian guy. He never admitted that to me, but he was a nice guy. He would take me out to Italian dinners.
Okay.
Nice man. Okay. Very nice man. All right, so I got to go, Tommy, but I just wanted to talk about Michigan State, Michigan, because I was upset. And now, after talking to you, my favorite journalist, I'm not upset anymore. I'm going to go back in this game and dominate Who Dat Nation. I'm going to dominate them, that they're going to just not even understand the greatness of me. They're not even going to get it.
Okay, good job, TB12. Go get it.
Well, I thank you, Tommy, very much. Buddy. And it's a commercial break because we got to pay the bills. But I'll be back in the game any second now.
All right, buddy.
Thank you very much. And please, in-game wagers, take me. Okay. Let's look at some in-game wagers, how many TD passes TB12 will throw. Or yards. Let's look at that right now. And maybe you should make a couple wagers and we'll go from there, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to do my best for you, Tommy. I love you. I love you, Tommy. You're the best journalist. You're the GOAT. You are the GOAT. I'm just another GOAT.
Okay.
All right. Take care. Oh,
take care.
Oh, I just saw that replay. He did hit his head on the.
No, he buckled his knee. His left knee buckled.
Well, it's part of the game, Tommy. Part of the game.
Let's hope he's okay.
Well, So let's look at. I want to look at TB's. I want to look at TB's in-game action. because maybe he is right. Let's look at pass TDs. All right, here we go. We got to look at this.
Look Interesting. Simeon's first pass, they almost picked it off.
Yeah, see? This guy. What's wrong with the guy from BYU? He's out, right?
I think he's out, yeah. But this guy Simeon played a lot for Denver a few years ago, so he's got some experience.
Yeah, that guy. I'll tell you right now, Who Dat Nation's bummed.
Yeah.
Oh, they're looking at this. Oh, this is the worst scenario.
Yeah,
Who Dat Nation. This is, I mean, they're just like, you got to be kidding me.
Well, they're gonna have to. He's gonna have to get the ball to Kamara.
You know what the weird thing is too? It's Halloween.
Yeah,
it's Halloween in New Orleans, and there's a thing now that's happening in this game that's kind of spooky.
Yeah.
And I don't want Jameis to be hurt, but this is interesting now. I tell you, if he doesn't come back, you have to put Sean Payton in to quarterback this team. I mean, this is not going to work. I mean,
does he have a head injury or does he have a knee injury?
Well, he hit his head.
Yeah, but I thought his knee buckled.
It did also. So, I mean, it's not a good – if he doesn't come back in the next drive, that's not good. If he comes back in the next drive because they're doing protocol, they probably got him under the tent. They're probably checking him out.
Check the in-game line. How high did it? How high did it go?
Oh, that's a good point. Let's go there. Game. Wait. Oh, it didn't really go that. It went Tampa Bay -4.5, 46.5 total. So the total went down, see, because he got hurt. But the line now is Tampa Bay -4. That's interesting.
Huh.
Like, I thought that would go way up, right? I mean,
well, let's take a look at what the second half line is, because there's a second half line.
Yeah, I got to find that. Where is that thing? Quarters, halves. Here we go, halves. Okay, I'm on the thing. I got the half. So live, it's rebooting, but live right now it says in the second quarter. Halves, Tampa Bay right now in this half is -3, over under 24. Went down.
But what if you bet them in the second half?
Well, I got to wait. That line's not up yet.
Oh, so it comes out at halftime probably.
Yeah, it's going to come out at halftime. But right now, I mean, you could do a first half bet. The Buccaneers -2.5, -125, and the over 23.5.
I still like the under.
Yeah.
I still like the under, but I like the Buccaneers -2.5.
Yeah, I mean, because right now, I mean, you got some good things.
Look at that play!
Wow. Yeah, because you got some good things going here. You got the Saints +4.5 for the game, and then you took in game the Bucs +7.5. Yeah, you may want to jump on right now. Oh wow, it's the Bucs -1 point for the first half right now. I would take that. Right? Would you take? I would take that -1 point.
Yeah, because the Bucs just have to score one field goal.
Yeah, so then you hit that one, and then you still got your Saints +4.5 for the game, and you got.
I love playing the margins.
Yeah. I mean that's a good take right now. Oh, guess what? See, we were right. How good a take it was, because all of a sudden on the DraftKings app, guess what it went to? It was -1. It's -3.
Yeah.
That quick.
Because everyone took it.
Yeah, because everybody took it. Because there's smart people out there. This world, you think there's a lot of dumb people. But I think there's a lot of smart people out there.
No, there is still a lot of dumb people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's
still a lot of dumb people. That's funny. There's still a lot of dumb. Now let's go to some props. I'm just curious about the TD passes. I love that. I love that one. I want to see where we're at with Tom Brady on that. In game live, TDs. Wait, I want to see where we're at with that. Let's go here. Flash props. I tell you, this app is really easy to use too. It's like I just move around and player parlays. Interesting. That's interesting too. So I'm waiting. I think they're rebooting because I'm really interested in what Tom Brady's TD total is now. Like it was 2.5 passing TDs. What do you think? It was 2.5.
Yeah,
I'd go over.
Under still.
You'd go under on his TD passes?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's two.
I would go. I don't know about that. I think I would take. So where are we going here? All right, here's an interesting one. This is yardage. As we take a break here from the game, 7-7, second quarter. Let's see here. Tom Brady right now, over 290 yards, 290.5 yards, is minus 115. Where's he at right now? He's not even anywhere near that, is he?
Oh, he's got like 70 yards or 80 yards.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a lot of yards. I think that's way too many yards. Oh, and Jameis Winston, because he got knocked out, his over is only 61.5 yards.
Yeah, because he's not coming back.
Yeah, so you could play the under 61.5 yards. He's probably got like 20 yards right now. And it's a minus 115. That's a good bet. It's not on the board right now because I think they're adjusting it. They may not. They may just.
How you can make a bet on an injured player?
That's what I mean. I think they're gonna take that off because. Yeah. So let's see here. This game is still tight. You know, if I was the Saints, I'd be pretty happy where we sit right now.
Well, they are happy. They're playing their game. This is a game.
I mean, it's incredible that they're still in this game. I mean, their quarterback's out. Brady has missed a couple opportunities. I don't look like Winston's coming back. You know what he looks like? He looks like someone during Mardi Gras on Beale Street that's drunk. They just showed him. He was like all like
good, buddy. I feel bad for the guy.
I feel bad, but he looked that way. And here goes TB12.
That's terrible.
He did look. They were carrying him, and he was like, it was like, like you ever watch Cops when they do the Beale Street special, and then all these people are just gone.
I always remember the Cops used to watch it all the time. We watched that one episode like 25
I love that
years
show.
ago, and the cops pulled over to one guy, and they asked him if he was doing drugs. And the guy said, "You want me to tell you the truth, or you want me to lie?"
I know. I love it. And so it was like funny. That guy was fantastic. All right, so TV.
You want me to tell you the truth, or you want me to lie? What?
And he said every question they asked him, he said that. Remember, he would every question he asked him. And I think he thought legally he was going to get somewhere if they said no lie. I don't know. I don't know.
He was funny. He was like a 120-pound meth head.
Yeah, this guy. So right now. This is a weird game. This is not the game that I thought was going to happen. I thought it'd be a little more wide open. Now with Winston out, this is bad. The Bucs got the ball, but they're still not performing. The Saints got a really good defense. These guys, they're scary.
That's why I picked the under.
These guys are good.
They got to rush Brady. Look at they got to rush Brady. Like when they make Brady move, when he has to move even 2 steps off his spot, he's not going to complete the pass or his chances go way down. You remember I told you last year that Roethlisberger was so bad that when he went back to pass, they would put an X on the field. They would take the field, and Roethlisberger would have to go back to that X. And if they moved him off that X, he couldn't complete the pass. Remember that? Well, this is where Brady is now. Brady's still great, but if you move him off the X on the field,
that's it.
His chances of completing that pass go way down.
He got that one. See, you're right. He didn't get pressure on that last one.
Yeah, he's on his X. See, he's on his X, and look at the pass. It's a total difference.
This Goodwin guy, he's good. Oh, that's Johnson.
Goodwin, that's Johnson. I don't
that's
even know
Johnson.
Who that is.
Is that Keyshawn's kid?
I don't know, but he just stiff-armed somebody right off.
My gosh, this guy. He's having a good game. That guy's having a good game. You know why? Because Lattimore's over on Evans, right? And who's this guy? He's a Buccaneer. This guy, look at, he's got his outfit on, his pirate outfit. I love the Buccaneers uniforms. That pewter. It's pewter. It's called pewter and red.
You mean
I love that pewter color.
Pewter.
I love that color.
Listen, I don't like uniforms when the colors are two colors you never heard of. It's pewter and what is that, cranberry?
Yeah, I love it. You got to give them credit. It's too weird. Like, and I don't even think those colors are involved in the Benjamin Moore like color scheme. Like, the Benjamin Moore.
Why not just make it red and gray? What is it? It's pewter and cranberry.
Yeah, I don't know, but they love it. What's when Mike Evans? Let's see, he's
pewter. Come on, buddy.
Pewter. So look at him.
But listen, I'll tell you, that's one thing about the NFL, though. It does improve your vocabulary.
Oh yeah,
we would have never heard of the color pewter if it wasn't for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Never.
I would have never, as a kid, I would have never knew what the term quagmire meant. When
no.
the fields were in bad shape, they called it a quagmire.
Yeah.
We would have never known those terms.
And remember this, Tampa Bay used to have a creamsicle uniform. It was like a creamsicle. Remember they had that creamsicle when they were terrible. Yeah. It was like that orange, that bright orange, and the other thing. It was like with John.
When Sam Weish, the old head coach for the Cincinnati Bengals in the 80s, when he got the job in Tampa in the 90s, and he drafted Trent Dilfer. When he first got to Tampa, he said, we got to change the logo because he said the logo was a guy on the helmet like with a feather in his hair, in his hat or something. Yeah. We can't have a guy with a feather.
Woo! They're going crazy in New Orleans. TBOLD12 dropped the ball. 7 minutes and change, 7-7. He fumbled it. It's almost like the tuck rule. Remember the tuck game he had against Oakland?
This is a bad fumble, buddy. What's he doing?
It's almost like he had a cramp in his hand. It was like that almost looks like the tuck rule play.
He knocked it off the back of his guard. The guy was blocking for him. He hit it off the back of his.
I mean, if I was a New Orleans fan right now, I'd be psyched. Like, I don't even care that Jameis isn't in. I'd be like, you kidding me? We're still tied with these guys? Like, I'm like, this is crazy. That under, I'm going to write you down for that under in the yardage. Tampa Bay, Tom Brady yardage. I'm going to write you down because you said there's no way over 290, and I agree with you. No, I'm going to write you down on that in-game bet.
This game could finish 7-7 at halftime. That's what I want.
Yeah. I mean, and right now, I mean, this is crazy. It's like, so New Orleans +4. The over/under now is 44. My God,
plummeting, buddy! It's plummeting.
It is. It's taking a dive. It's like deep. Let me see here. So I almost think I'd go. Wow. Wait. Let me look at the alternate spreads. Where's the Saints? Wow. I think at this point, let's see here. Plus, it's interesting. I don't know. See, the Saints are. You take the Saints right now in game live -4.5. It's a 0-0 game right now. You can get them for +385. So you already have them at 4.5 straight.
At 48. And at 48.
You could add some action and put 100 down a C note for +385.
Yeah,
that's an interesting take because right now that looks good. The 4.5 for the game, and if you take it now, that looks good too. Plus, you got the +7.5 on Tampa.
Like if you take advantage of this app, if you utilize, all of the different options. Again, if you understand the game, you start out with your bet. You feel like you know what's going to happen. You call the game as a whole, right? Mm-hmm. I got New Orleans +4.5, and I got the under 48, so it's looking pretty good. If New Orleans could score next somehow, it's looking even stronger. Right?
Huge.
So then you take advantage of that app and you go in and you say, look, I like my original parlay, so let me go in and put 100 down on New Orleans +385 at this point, right? So now, boom, if you hit both, now you got a big day.
I mean, I think that's a good take right now. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, if the Saints, so right now, you're right. This is the time to take the Saints.
Yeah.
Because they got the ball. It's second down. It's
The question is,
7-7.
Can Simeon do anything? That's the
Well,
question.
guess what? He just answered your question. That guy threw
there
a
you go.
bullet
There you
or
go.
a
Give it to that
bullet
little
over
guy.
the
That's
middle.
the punt returner.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the punt returner.
See, the thing about this game, too, is you're really betting for or against Sean Payton. This guy is incredible, coach.
You don't bet. You try not to bet against Sean Payton. He still is one of the best coaches in the NFL. And I like him better than Arians. Arians has a better team. Arians has a great team.
Yeah.
But I don't think Arians is a great coach. I never did.
No, Payton just has
the player's buddy. Arians the player's buddy. He likes to wear the Kangol hat.
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Whoa, he ran that guy over.
I know. Yeah, he likes the Kangol hat. He's got the goatee.
Yeah. He's a good guy. He's a character. Like, no, you got to have guys like Arians in the NFL coaches.
That could have been roughing the passer. That's a late hit.
Oh, that's Dominican Sue.
He always does that. That guy. He's got issues. The guy always is doing stuff. That's a late hit. That's a late hit.
I like that.
He's got issues. The guy's always doing something. Like he's like, I don't know. He's always doing something wrong.
They got him with the late hit.
They give it to him? No, they didn't give it. They gave him the completion. I'm telling you right now, it's plus 3.5, the Saints. I take it. I take it right now. I would have touched the total, but that was close.
They're moving in the field goal range.
Yeah, I take it, guys. I mean, this is crazy. Maybe I go alternate spread. They're rebooting the alternate spread on the DraftKings app. I mean, I'd like to see that because right now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're in trouble.
Listen, buddy, one more first down and we're in field goal range.
Yeah.
Right?
And you got your plus 4.5. You got your Buccaneers plus 7.5. You got your Tom Brady yardage under 290. Every bet you have is good. Look at this guy. Wow. So this is incredible. I mean, this guy, Simeon.
That's an identical play 2 plays ago. It's identical play. Throw him to the tight end. He lowers his head and runs over to safety.
Look at that. Well, Sean Payton, see, he knows what to do and how to use a guy and get the best out of a guy. This guy's like, I mean, this is incredible.
Look at that. He runs over this Winfield 2 plays in a row. Who's this big tight end?
It's at Winfield. Isn't he the son of the Minnesota Viking Winfield?
Yeah, Antoine Winfield Jr. Yeah, they were both good. The father was good. The son was good.
Yeah. The Vikings were going to draft the son, and then they didn't. That's not offsides. I tell you right now, if I was a Tampa Bay Buck fan, hashtag Bucs Nation, I'd be worried. If I was a New Orleans fan right now, I'd be like, it was almost in a good way that Winston went down. I hate to say it because I don't like to see a guy get hurt, but I think this game was too big for him today. I think he gets in big games and he folds like he just folds like a piece of paper. He's not. I think this guy is the Simeon guy can come through, and their defense is playing Brady tough. I'm at halftime.
Like I told you when it first happened, Simeon is an experienced guy. He started a lot of games, buddy.
Where did he go to college? That guy,
Northwestern.
Oh, he's smart. See, he's a smart guy.
Yeah,
he's smart. We actually, when we did Sport Jerks, we worked with a guy from Northwestern. He was a producer. He wasn't as smart, I don't think, as Simeon. He was a film guy, because that school's known for film because Charlton Heston went there. And he was a guy that me and you kind of like put him on our back to bring him up because we got our, we made our moves first, and then he got a move later to write a script and produce, and it never worked out. And he was a up and coming guy, but it just never happened for him. Remember, and he was from a smart guy. Remember, he was like the prodigy. It was like, This is the guy. Yeah. And we're like, that's the guy. Well, we're the guys. And we try to push him along, but he thought he had bigger and better things because he went to Northwestern. Because me and you, we didn't have that lineage. We didn't have
No,
that.
we got no lineage. I got a steel mill. I got the steel mill.
Yeah, the steel mill lineage. Yeah, so you know,
like a copper. You know,
yeah,
steel and copper mill.
Yeah. We were like officer and gentleman in the mill. You know, like everybody was in the mill. Our mothers were in the mill. He had kind of like a silver spoon.
The paper factory. What was it? They had a paper bag factory there, right?
Yeah.
And it was on Puget Sound, right?
Yeah, Puget. Yeah. So I don't, I wish him the best at Northwestern graduate, but I think right now the top Northwestern graduate is this guy. This Simeon guy is smart,
right? Yeah,
this guy's smart. Look at him; he's comfortable. Oh,
he's experienced, buddy.
Yeah, guess what? He was too comfortable.
Yeah, he's experienced.
But guess what he just did? Yeah, wait. There's a flag though. He was a little too comfortable on that, and Winfield, the Minnesota Vikings son, just picked it off.
You didn't see him.
Oh, look at Sue. Is that Sue again? Who is that?
Yeah.
Oh, look at this guy. See, these guys, he's got no helmet. It wasn't Sue.
Why did he hit him?
What did he do? What's he doing? It's like.
Why did he hit him?
He hit him after he lost his helmet. Who is that?
He had no reason to hit him.
He did get held. What's he doing? He got held. That was hands to the face on the offensive lineman. But like a jerk, he hit him. Oh my gosh. I think Tampa Bay is feeling, was that first down? Oh my, so it was roughing the passer.
Yeah, roughing the passer. Yeah.
Oh boy.
But buddy, the more important thing is the clock is rolling through the thing.
Kamara has what's that? Kamara's fourth carry? Like he's got nothing going on.
Yeah, well, this team is almost impossible to run on. Everybody knows that. I would give the ball to Ingram right now, not Kamara.
Yeah, let me look at the rush team.
Buddy, they're going to run this down. They're going to run this down to the 2-minute warning.
So Kamara right now, rush TDs. Ready? Rush TDs because this is coming up. Yeah. Kamara is 0.5 is the over-under on Kamara on a rush TD.
I'm going to take over on that.
Yeah. Plus 215.
Yeah.
I'll take that right now because guess what? Sean Payton isn't no dummy. And he's going to be like, okay, Simeon threw that pick. We were lucky to get the roughing passer call. 3 minutes left, 3rd and goal. He's going to throw the ball to Kamara, or he's going to run the ball.
You know, Sean Payton is no dummy. Do you know that about 7 or 8 years ago, Sean Payton was shopping a script around Hollywood? It had an interesting concept.
Really?
It was a script that was created by Sean Payton's son and Sean Payton himself.
Oh.
His son had a really, really interesting concept. Like I said, it was about a kid playing a video game, like Madden, like John Madden football. You know, like kids all play Madden football, right? They played a video game, but somehow something magical happened, and the kid realized that while he was playing the video game, he could control the real action on the field. So Sean Payton had a script, like he wrote and developed a script, and I know he was shopping it around Hollywood. Like I said, about 7 or 8 years ago. I know the script was, it was acquired by someone, and it was in development probably a couple times. I never saw the movie actually made, but it's an interesting concept where a kid plays a video game and then realizes he can control the real players.
Wow!
Right, so he's playing the game, and like he's calling like 3rd and 1. The kid's calling like a hitch and lateral or something like that, and they run that play on the field. And the kids.
That's cool. So whatever happened, did it get a green light?
What's that?
Did it get a green light or no?
Yeah, I don't know. I only knew that it was in development. I heard Sean Payton in an interview, and they were talking about how he had a script that he was shopping.
Yeah. So I want to tell everybody about this. Tommy and I have a vast experience about Hollywood. We worked for many celebrities. We worked our way up from going and getting cat food and dry cleaning to actually producing and acting and creating a TV show. And we know all about, things in development. And I want to tell you, like, as far as when someone in Hollywood says something is in development, it could be you're at a bar talking to a guy and he pitches an idea to you. And then you go, okay, yeah. And he goes, okay, so now that I pitched it to you, we're in development.
It's okay. And so then
it's already in pre-production kind of. Like just
saying that bar tab can immediately be written off as a business expense.
Yeah, exactly. And if you remember, you watched, there was a movie with Kevin Bacon, the Big Picture or the Last Picture Show or something.
The Big Picture.
Yeah, and Kevin Bacon got out of film school, and he was trying to pitch his idea around town. He was at a bar with this guy, and they were talking about it. And Kevin Bacon was all excited, and he thought he was going to, get this going. And the guy goes, "Okay, good." He goes, "So we talked about this, right?" And the guy goes, "Yeah." And Kevin Bacon goes, "I'm excited." And the guy goes, "Okay, so we're in production because we talked about."
No, but I think you're getting that confused with another one of your favorite movies called Hijacking Hollywood. That scene was from that movie, Hijacking Hollywood.
Oh,
where the little PA kid, he was running to the set and he was getting the film, the actual film that they shot.
Yes.
Right. And so he stole the film. He stole all the footage.
Yes.
Right?
Ooh,
so he was in the bar and someone was telling him about the idea.
Yes.
And he said, "No, look," he goes, we're in development right now. We're talking about it right now. We're in development.
So you're always in development in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's the moral of the story. You're always in development. Like at any moment, but you got to get the green light, and getting the green light's tough.
Yeah, even the green light doesn't mean anything. The green light turns. The green light, it turns colors.
Yeah, it does. In the middle of it, you're right. It's like how the traffic light turns yellow. So
the green light turns colors. The green will become red if you don't watch it.
All right, so let's think, because we're gonna end this thing at halftime. We're gonna make halftime wagers. And we're going to let the rest of the, everybody watch this game. Because right now, people are really, really, fixated on watching the game. We can't show the game because of rights. Like if you ever watch the NFL or NBA or whatever, they have a guy that has a voice and he says that it's under their rights and you can't really do these things. So Tommy and I aren't Peyton and Eli, so we can't get the game on and do the game.
We're not the Manning brothers.
Yeah, we're not one of the Mannings. We're just two Jamokes from upstate New York. So yeah, but it would be nice to do it. But so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go at halftime. We're gonna let everybody watch the rest of the game. It's gonna be a nail biter game. We're gonna give our halftime bets. Next Thursday, when we do the show before the Raider wrap up, which will be a lead in because the Raiders were off this week for the Raider game, we're going to talk about our bets. We're talk about the second half of the game.
Okay.
And talk about how we did with DraftKings. But right now, the Bucs got the ball and they're moving. It's a 2-minute warning, and the Bucs are -4.5. And right now, it's 10-7, right?
So it's not a good bet. Even if the Bucs, I mean, is that the halftime score or that's the full game score?
Oh, that's a full game.
Okay,
that's a full game.
So listen, I want the halftime score to be 10-7, right? I want the Bucs to drive up to midfield, right? And then I want the Bucs drive to stall. So they either stall at midfield with no time left, or they got to punt into like the 10-yard line, and then. And then New Orleans takes a knee. Halftime ends 10-7, and then we come back in the second half, and I'm looking strong for my under in my plus 4.5. I mean, New Orleans plus 4.5.
Oh, you're looking huge. You're looking good for everything.
Yeah,
you're looking good on your plus 4.5. You're looking good on the Tampa Bay. You took in-game plus 7.5.
Plus 7.5, and I should have taken the plus 4.5 of 100 plus 385.
Yeah. And you look good for Brady under 290.
Listen, you get this DraftKings app, and you watch these games, and you go to town, man. You have so much fun making all these bets.
You've got like 4 bets that are legitimate bets that are going to win. I mean, you're like huge right now.
Well, still it's a 50-yard line. We don't know. Things can change, right? We don't know.
Oh, it did change. Holy smoke!
Yeah, See, things can change always, right? Oh, my goodness. Here we go.
Wow.
TB12 is looking TBOLD12. You were kind of a prophet, buddy.
He looks terrible right now.
He looks old. And buddy, what did I say? If you move him off that X that you
That's
take
it.
on the field, what happens to him?
He goes off. It doesn't work.
His effectiveness is reduced ridiculously. He didn't see that guy. He threw it right to him.
Wow.
Yeah, Brady's struggling.
He's huge. I mean, and you got him under 290. I want to see how many yards he's got. I think that's a lock. You got under 290
yards, I think.
Let me look at that. Let me look at stats, box score. He's got 127 yards.
Yeah.
And this isn't a shootout game. It's not a shootout game.
Well, no, I mean, right now, again, New Orleans has the ball, and they're going to try to move it in the field goal range and kick the field goal. I mean, they're going to try to score a touchdown, but look, they're running the ball. They're playing for a field goal. Look at that. Look at that Ingram. You like that Ingram.
I like that guy. He's good. That was a huge pickup. Bringing him back was huge. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to just tell people right now, I already know what I'm going to take for the halftime.
What's that?
I'm taking the under because I took the over.
You're going to join
I'm taking the under, and I'm going to take New Orleans, whatever they are, plus whatever points they are, because they're still going to be plus or even. Even if they score here, it's going to be different. But I took the Bucs money line.
Well, no one's calling a timeout. No one's calling timeout, buddy.
Oh. These guys, the Saints, I tell you right now, these guys got a lot of guts. I mean, look at this guy. So I know I'm going to take the under because I have the over. I'm going to hedge my halftime, and I got Tampa Bay money line. I'm going to take the Saints. I know if the Saints score here, I probably won't get a lot of points, but I'm going to have to see what happens here. First and goal, a minute. My God.
The question is, are they going to call timeout?
2 timeouts. Each team has 2 timeouts. Kamara. Oh, these guys, see there? No. I mean, the Saints don't want to call a timeout.
Yeah, but is Tampa going to call timeout? Is Tampa going to stop the clock? So
I don't think so. I think they're looking at it like they're not gonna call it.
Here we go. So now the Saints are either going to score a touchdown or score a field goal, but this is the last possession of the half.
Yep.
Right? Unless they score on this play.
So it was second and goal.
So now it's third and goal. So this is going to be the last possession of the half.
Yep.
So Tampa Bay is only going to have 7 points in this half. So this is a great first half.
It's incredible. Your under is huge.
Yeah.
And you're under 290 yards for Brady is huge because it's not a shootout. Your Saints plus 4.5 is still good. And your Tampa Bay plus 7.5 is still good. And I don't even know if you want to take a halftime.
No, I'm good. I'm not.
I don't even think you need to.
Yeah, the only
you got one.
I should have taken the plus 385 about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I missed out on. But I can do that now because I'm going to win my other bets.
Let me see the alternate spread. It's rebooting. Oh, something. Ooh. It's rebooting because, there's a delay. I don't want to give anything away because I don't want to get in trouble by the NFL. But
third and goal. So they score. Are they going to go 2 times in the end zone, or if they don't score here, they're going to go 4th and goal?
Look at what they just did.
Oh, here we go. Nice play. Nice play. Wow.
These guys are
look at
killing them.
Look at us, buddy, huh? Alex Arma. Never heard of him.
And he was wide open in the flat.
He fumbled the spike.
So get this, buddy. Right now, they're up. So the Saints are up. This is where I would take the Saints. They're up. If they make this extra point. Wow. Interesting.
Yep.
So they're up by 10. Oh, no, they're up by 9. So you can take the Saints minus 8.5.
What did he do with that extra point?
These guys can't kick the ball anymore.
Where did you get that guy from?
It's just ridiculous. Like, they can't make these extra points.
Like he kicked it with the wrong foot.
He was like Ben Simmons. They can't decide what hand to shoot the ball with. Right now, the Saints minus 8.5 is plus 290. I would just throw that out there.
Even if TB12 comes back, and scores 3 touchdowns in the second half, I still got this game.
Yeah. So I actually, if I was you, I would take what I just said because plus 8.5. I mean minus 8.5 plus 280. like if you win it, you're going to win the Saints plus 4.5, and you'll lose the Bucs 7.5, but it doesn't matter. It's still going to go under. I mean, that's a good bet right now. I tell you, I never thought the game would be this way.
Listen, I had a feeling it was going to be a low-scoring game, but I didn't think they would dominate Tampa Bay totally in the first half the way they did. Yeah.
It makes you wonder, like these teams that are hyped, like the Cardinals and the Bucs, and then you got these other teams that they're not even hyped. Like the Packers are hyped, but they're not hyped like they usually are, and they just keep going about their business. The Titans went about their business today. The Bills went about their business. The Rams, and you just, I don't know. Like sometimes the hype, because right now, for all practical purposes, Tampa Bay should be up. They should not be down by 9. They're down by 2 scores.
Yeah, well, listen, buddy. The Saints have a great defense. That's not a surprise.
Yeah.
And look at Tampa Bay's not even trying to score right now. And the other thing is, I'm going to talk to you all the time about the X on the field with these old quarterbacks.
Yeah.
The play design is that they're going to put blue tape on the field with an X, and that's where Brady goes. If you move him off that blue X on the field,
that's it.
An imaginary blue X on the field, then he's not going to. His efficiency just plummets. It seems like that's my favorite word of the day, plummets.
I like that. Yeah. So right now, I mean, this is incredible. I mean, if I was a Saint fan, I'd be really excited because at first I would be nervous.
They held them to 176 total yards.
That's crazy.
They have this time of possession, 17 minutes to 13 minutes, essentially. So, yeah, I mean, they did their job on defense. They got 2 turnovers, right?
Yeah.
An interception and a fumble, both on Brady, both terrible plays by TBOLD12.
Yeah.
And I feel bad. I feel like my interview with him in my mid-game interview, a la Aaron Andrews, I did a mid-game interview with him.
Yeah.
I don't think I helped him.
No, because right now, I mean,
I brought up some old memories of him at Michigan and getting benched and not having like a developed body and physique when he came out of Michigan.
Okay, wait. I want to try to find the halftime alternate first quarter team totals. I'm just curious about the that's first half. I'm waiting for the second half to pop up because I just want to see. Interesting. So the total alternate second half. It's interesting. It's like, wow. So it's like if you want to stick with under, you got under 20.5. Second half alternate total. That's tough. Under 26.5 is minus 175. That's too much to lay.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
and the under 20.5 is plus 140, but that's tricky. Yeah, I don't like that.
26.5 and not 27 because he missed that extra point.
Yep.
Which throws everything out of whack now. Now they're going to go for 2-point conversions, which throws that over/under off.
Yep.
If he kept that extra point,
he
succeeded 17-7, that over/under for halftime might be 27. But that 26.5, that half a point, they're anticipating each team going for 2-point conversions now.
Exactly, which makes sense.
Yeah.
All because that guy missed that kick.
Yeah, and he kicked it with the wrong foot.
So, which is impossible. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. So right now, I agree with you. You already got the good under. I don't think you press it into an under second half. And I don't think you even need to press. And I don't think you need to.
Here's the other thing, though. So again, with the DraftKings app, it's such a great tool. It's a terrific tool to continue to push it. But you have to put the work in because I made my bets at the beginning of the game. I did my research. I felt like with the injuries for Tampa Bay and with the way New Orleans was playing, I felt confident with the under. So I did my research. But now, if I want to use the full effect of the DraftKings app, it's a lot of work. You have to continue to crunch numbers. So, you can't just do it while you're hanging out with your buddies at the bar, Twin Peaks, having beers.
Yeah. No, you can't. And right now, like for me, I have Tampa Bay money line and I have the over. So I'm going to probably go under. Just in-game under. I'm not going to go halftime under.
Yeah, because you might be chasing your money. So you want to be careful that you're not chasing your money.
Yeah, so I'm going to go under 47 right now, minus 120, because I had over 48. Because I want to have a big availability there. I don't want to take the halftime under because it could go over. But I know right now I could get messed up because I have over 48, and I have a feeling it's gonna go under. If it hits 48, I push. So I'll take under 47. I'm gonna do that, and I'm not gonna take the Buccaneers right now or +3, but I'm not going to take that because I got the money line. I'm just going to lay with the money line and just leave it there. And you already have the under for the game. There's no reason for you to do anything else with that. You already have +4.5. There's no reason for you to do that with Saints +4.5. And there's no reason for you to do anything else because you got the Bucs +7.5 too. You might get the middle there. And then you got the Tom Brady -290 yardage, which looks unbelievable. And I still like the Kamara. I'm curious on one thing before we go. I want to see what the Kamara rush TD thing is right now because that guy's going to score a TD, no? I mean,
0.5. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to get. I don't think he's going to gain a yard.
How about this? Leonard Fournette 0.5 over touchdown is +400.
+400. Wow. I don't know. I mean, that means if he scores a touchdown, you win. You bet 100, you win $400.
Yeah.
I mean, it's worth a try, but I don't know. I don't like Fournette in that situation.
Yeah.
I don't even think he gets the ball down by the goal.
Yeah, that's a good point. And Kamara's rebooting is kind of like off. They haven't figured out what they want to do with him. And I agree with you. It's kind of like they're keying. In fact, Fournette just went up. It went over 0.5 +380.
Well, it was 400, right?
Oh, it was 400, so it went down. I'm sorry. So what I was thinking was happening. Kamara, it hasn't rebooted because that's a tricky one. It seems like they're obviously keying on Kamara.
Well, Kamara can score from anywhere on the field, so that's why that's not going to move. He can score from 30 yards out.
Yeah, because he can catch a ball. And do it. So it's an interesting, I'm telling you, this app, I think I like the in-game live stuff that DraftKings offers because, like I said, like me and you are old school and we would just have to bet the game. And we would either do a parlay ticket. Yeah. There was no way to hedge a bet. We were just, whatever we bet was the way we bet back as kids. It was just the way it was, and there was no halftime. There was no nothing.
Listen, buddy, back in the 90s, you were the original hedge. You were the hedgehog. You were the hedgehog.
I loved it.
I mean, you were the king of that. Remember Manny T used to call you 2+2?
Yeah, 2+2.
He said because he said you used to go 2+2 is 4, 1+3 is 4, 3+1 is 4, 4+0 is 4. He had you 2+2. He called you 2+2.
Yeah,
you come every angle.
Because you almost have to do it. Like right now, you with all your selections that you did through DraftKings, you're covered. There's no way you're going to lose money. You're going to make money. And me, I'm at a point like I'm going to take that under, so I know that's going to work out for me there. And if some weird reason Tampa Bay wins this game, you're still going to cover.
Yeah.
On Tampa Bay +7.5 and the +4.5 Saints you watch. And I could maybe win my money line. So, the one thing I want to do is there's one last thing and I wanted to do this because the Who Dat Nation and our buddies in New Orleans, and I feel like we're doing this because they're playing such a great game. They're like inspired. It's like 16-7, but it's Halloween. So I wanted to do one last thing before I leave. I wanted to make sure that everyone understands it's O.M.I.S West, Brady, Tommy T. We happy that you guys joined us for the first half. Take our selections or don't take our selections. Go George Costanza, which is the opposite. I just watched Seinfeld the other day, and they did the George Costanza opposite life episode. So you could take our bets, or you could go George Costanza. And remember to follow us on the social media and watch the replay on YouTube, Facebook, and obviously the audio on all the major podcast platforms. And remember that this is always with us. You got to remember this. And because we'll stumble through things because we're just two regular guys.
All right.
But remember, we won't try harder. next time. So
Don't even ask.
So don't even ask.
Okay.
And so don't even ask. Remember, stay sweaty, Las Vegas. That's my line from Will Ferrell. I love that line. He used to say, remember, I think he used to say, stay sexy or stay something San Diego in the Anchorman movie. So I say, remember, stay sweaty, Las Vegas. So this is my last thing, and I hope I don't jinx the Saints. Because I'm going to do something right now, and it's my Halloween costume, and I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it.
Let's see, buddy.
And you're going to be like, there's no way that you're going to do this.
Oh, my God. This is stupid. That's great. That's great.
So I hope that this doesn't jinx the New Orleans Saints. But I got a weird feeling.
Bag on the head. That is the 1-in-15 season back in the early 80s. The Aints. All right, buddy. Great job, buddy.
All right. So everybody have a happy Halloween. Happy second half. Tommy, I'm glad you joined us. I'm glad you woke up. It still looks like you're in the closet somewhere.
Yeah.
But, I'm glad I figured you were sleepy. I don't blame you. And again, so we'll be back next Thursday. We'll recap all our DraftKings bets from this Thursday, from this Sunday game.
For Thursday.
And we'll recap the games from the weekend, and we'll go forward for week 9, right? We'll be in week 9 already, which is incredible. And I wish the New Orleans Saints all the best, and all the hashtag Who Dat Nation, and all the Creo and the jambalaya.
You should have closed this with the bag on your head. You should have kept it on your head. All right, buddy. I'll see you later, buddy.
Who Dat? Who Dat Nation? Who Dat? All right, later, T. Adios.